give their formula to that company for that processing unit, and they will do, and naming will be again Bisleri, even though it is produced in your local area. Earlier what happens, it was coming from there, now they have come in. For example, I'm giving. So why I'm saying it is these organization structure whole, it is the structure of all process whatever you are going to do, I mean for your business. It's forget about FI, forget about SD, forget about PP, forget about MM, anything. It is the structure like body of the business. So whether you want to have a head, whether you want to have a shoulders, whether you want to have a I mean whatever. So you, I mean just I'm giving the structure. So in that case, this is whole internal structure, and these are the organs of the body. If you look into as it's a body, these are all the organs. In this organ, we have a financial accounting like a one organ. In this, there are different parts of the body. So if you say financial accounting as a head, you will have a different organization, I mean organs. So that would be forehead, eyes, eyebrow, nose, teeth. So why I'm going in depth? So somebody is feeling, I mean, very layman language I'm using. Sorry, I mean, I'm not very well versed with that. I mean, sharing knowledge. So yeah, bear with me. Is it okay?
Okay, continue.
No problem, bro.
Is it okay? Yeah. So by seeing these all the elements, you can see that financial accounting at the head. See, by seeing itself, you will come to know what are the models are available in SAP at high level. If you look into the SAP, whatever starting at the work, some or the other way, it has to trigger from here only. Not unless it is defined here in this, let it be a financial accounting, controlling, logistics, sales and distribution, material, logistic execution, plant and maintenance, or human resource management, whatever it is. If you are doing below, this is the main. This is main. Whatever you want to do beyond this, you should start with your work from here. Some or the other way, it has to be triggered from here. For example, if you say you in your company you have a security guard, I mean security agency, how that will affect on your this organization structure. See, those even though they are not related to your company, for example, transport, the employees will go in this bus, and even though you are paying there, they will be stopping you their buses in your campus, and some or the other way it is related to your company. So I mean, why I'm telling is whatever you are doing in your below areas, that some or the other way it has to be started from here, not from the financial only, some other way also. Because see, if I say that same example, security agency example will directly related to company. For example, transport guy will approach to the company saying that, okay sir, I have a bus, and if you provide me the option in your company saying that let your employees to pay me monthly 5,000, and I will drop them from electronicity to Hebbal or Marthalli, I mean for example Bangalore, I mean Yeshwantpur something. So what happened here? Payer or employee is paying from his salary, and even though that is paid to that transport agency, what is the role of your company? Right? It's they are only allowed them saying that they are given a permission to that agency to come into their campus. Right? Is there any financial transaction happened with the
Nothing.
company? Right? So do we need to maintain? Do they need to maintain some or the other record of that bus? Is it a responsibility of bus? I mean company or not?
Yes, bro.
Yes, why means they are allowing that particular company or that person to stop his vehicle to take that employees to for their whatever destination they want. So in that case, company, even though they are not doing financial activity, there some or the other way they are maintaining the one register saying that these are the bus allowed in our campus. These are all the transport agencies. These are all I mean. Documents are, I mean, the employee will not go into check and say whether his RC book is correct or not. Even though this is traffic rules, but company has its own responsibility. They will be having their own body to check whether to allow this service, I mean this transport agency to allowed in their campus. Because in one or the other day something happened, something goes wrong, it will come to company's head also. They have allowed this bus and they even not checked that, I mean there would be a one person appointed to check their day-to-day activity like pollution and all, even though I'm talking behind the scene, but this is what happens in company, real-time companies. So why I'm giving that example, even though company is not doing any financial transaction, it's one or the other way, it is the company's responsibility to maintain some records. Is it financial records? No, it is not. It is only the knowledge sake. So some in here, I am not going to in detail where they will be go, and it will, I mean there is no limit to SAP. So you should know everything is not financial transactions. There are some others also, like if you say everybody know now controlling. See, if I say as a I am coming back to the my again the definition enterprise. By seeing this, you will come to know what are the modules available. One is finance module, controlling module, logistic general module, sales and distribution. Usually market they will call SD consultant. That is sales and distribution. Some people call consultant, material management. Some consultant call PP, plant production planning, plant maintenance. So many modules are there. Some people are called HRM, that is human resource management. See, in whatever we are doing, some or the other way, they are also doing their activity here. It's not only the FI consultant, not only the CO consultant, even SD consultants also have their own organization structure. They have to define here. Unless they define here, they cannot go further and do their activities. What it is, you if you are interested, I don't suggest now. So if you once you well versed with all FI end-to-end scenarios, later on you come back and you click here, you can see what is this. In sales and distribution, if I'm defining define, copy, delete, check sales organization, you will come and you can see here in this step you define the sales organization in your company. In order to bring the functional scope of the sales organization in line with your organization, you should edit following the checklists. It will give the checklists, what are the necessary checklists need to be defined before defining the any organization unit. If I come back to FI here, so if I go here, by clicking here you will know what is enterprise structure. See, if you click here, it says enterprise structure. In this section you will learn how to portray the specific organization structure of your business in R3 system. Even though he said it's R3 system, now we are moved to S4HANA, forget about the naming convention, but you try to understand what he meant. So later on, if you go through this, see here, I will go through this to help you portray your company structure, different accounting, logistics, human resource, organization units are provided. Not only these, you also seen here there are many, right? Financial accounting, controlling, logistics, sales and distribution, material management, logistics, plant and human resource. I am coming back to this definition of this. We will go only for this. Remaining all you can go. I mean, why? I mean, this will help you to understand what you are going to do. See, during next, first analyze the structure and procedures in your company. Before defining anything, but you have to analyze the structure of your business organization. Just now Chanu has said that when he went to the one company for the interview, they asked him to draw business organization. That kind of organization structure only you can define when you have the knowledge about the business process, how they are doing, what they are doing. Once you are involvement, by reading it you cannot do that. It need a definitely experience or business in depth. See, the SAP configuration you can do anytime, any can, because it's only ticking on and off whether you need it or not. That is different. Unless you don't know the business, you cannot do any activity at organization structure level. Only the people having the real business knowledge, structure understanding, the way of business, those people can only define that organization structure, and they can understand, because the everything, every definition has its own verses and meanings and variance in their definition. So by seeing itself, you cannot say, for example, if you say that business area, sometimes business area defined as location wise, sometimes it is regional wise, sometimes it is country wise. See, as and when you are keep digging on the system, you will come to know that. Just I don't you guys, just I'm giving you this. See this again structure, if I'm saying what it is. So during, sorry, where I was, yeah, here. And sorry, to help you different, have I missed here? No. First analyze the structure procedure in your company and match them to the SAP structure. This is what as is and to be, right? Are you getting my point? First analyze the structure existing business. What you are going to analyze? If you are going to the implement some particular project in a particular client, so first you will analyze what is their organization structure, procedures is in your company. If he is saying in your company, it means client company. Replace with wherever you see in your, you replace with client company. See, first analyze the structure and procedure in your company. If you are having your own company, then it is in your company. As a consultant, you can read it as client company. First you will understand the structure and procedure they are following, okay, and then match them to the SAP structure. What you are going to do? To be, it is what it is and what to be. You will draw a structure, okay, after reading all the documents, after discussing with you all guys, consultants, I mean business client, and their understand, going to the plant, going to the factory, going to their offices, visiting their vendors and customers. They will organize some meeting for the process, what are the documents they are maintaining. Even though they are not, they would not discuss the price and all, but they will say, okay, first initially before starting any business, I will request this company to give me this much of quantity. After that, I will give to the one purchase order. Then the keep on process. There are many processes would be there. Yeah. So this is what happens here in organization. There are various organization elements defined as example standard version. Normally, these would not cover all your needs. Extend elements as required. SAP has given many elements to cover all the business way of business. Okay, he has provided company called something called element company, controlling area, company code, business area, function, consolidated business area, FM area, segment, profit center. Apart from that, he is telling, SAP is telling us, even though normally these would not cover all your needs. He's saying, even though we have defined, these are the various organization elements defined as an example in standard version also, the normally these would not cover. You need to extend elements as required. If you want to extend it, you can extend it, right? During the clarification stage, this is where we discuss with the customer. He says, during the clarification stage, whatever you are clarifying with, work with the structure delivered by SAP. If you need, if you see something apart from that controlling area, business area, consulting business area, financial module, whatever, if you feel that okay, something is missing, you can directly contact with SAP. Okay, I have this kind of requirement from a customer, I am unable to find it in SAP structure, could you please help me? How do I implement it? Either he can give workaround saying that okay, if you need that kind of business process, you can have a workaround with business area, and he will explain it, and you can go back to the client and you can explain him and you can define that. Okay, in order to obtain high degree identification acceptance from the project members and user departments from the start, you may have to change some SAP terminology for the business easiness. See, whatever the SAP has defined, it is not mandated to maintain those names, same naming conventions. Just now somebody has asked whether I can change my company name and all. Oh, anytime SAP. That is the beauty of SAP. Whatever you want to define anything as per your client, it is custom made, tailor made according to. So see, it is not ready made dress. It is like an open cloth. You will take a measurement of your client and you will tailor it, the shirt, pant, whatever you want according to the customer need. So here we are tailors and SAP is a cloth and the client is the person who came here. So we are doing tailoring here. We are cutting short, we are keeping length, we are making a sizes according to the requirement of client. We don't bother about what SAP will think. We will go back to SAP. Okay, this is my client requirement. I don't find it here. So if, for example, your client will come and say, okay, I need large size button. If SAP don't have that large size button, you can go as a implementation partner. You can go and saying that, okay, my customer needs large size button. You provide it. Either he should provide it or he can give the workload on saying that, okay, you can take buy from others or you can do whatever. I mean, just I'm giving you example. Okay, you should limit the number of person authorized to maintain organization element. Here where consultant come to picture. See what it says, whenever whenever you are in real time project, very limited persons will having the authorization to maintain the organization structure, because it is the only structure which defines the whole business process in that company. If you do something, if you, something goes wrong here, all the, whatever, see, this is the foundation of one house. If you do something wrong here, all building will collapse. So this is the whole foundation of SAP. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, you should limit the authorized to maintain the organization element. Define the authorization profile accordingly. Every person who is assigned to that task of the definition of defining the that structure, no, their authorization, some particular authorization has given. Unless they don't have authorization, this is a long process. They will first identify the person, they will weigh, check, discuss, can we give that. That will happen at the manager level or team lead level. They will come, okay, we will assign one person. If something goes wrong, that profile will cut and they will take for the task. If something goes wrong, something happens good without any problem, the appreciation will come to this profile only. It is not like one way. We should think other way also. If we are able to do all the tasks whatever assigned to us without any failure, like assigning that transport request to some other transport request, assigning a linking and all, if you have not done any single error, then appreciation will come to this profile only. At the same time, all the responsibility held with this profile only. I mean, who is defining that? Okay, as soon as your organization units are ready, access should be locked. This is real time. Okay, so once you define, it is not like that you can go to your company code and start posting and all, because there are many other elements, there are many other organization units, there are many other processes, there are many other activities need to be done before starting any posting. That you will come to know once you Chanu sir starts the explaining all those. The final, this thing, the definition of organization in it is fundamental step in your project. It is critical factor in how project will be structured. This is where you will be projecting your project, how the structure would be. If something goes wrong here, everything goes wrong, as I said earlier. You should not use more organization unit necessary. See, as I said earlier, you can anytime go back and SAP and ask him to give some other, that is different case. As a consultant, we have to convince the customer saying that whatever your requirement, that will come under this only. That is the smartness of consultant. You have to convince your customer saying that if he has some requirement, he says, okay, I need this is not in SAP. No, you come here, I give can show you this is how it does, this is how you can do, these are all the functionalities it is there. You need not to bother. If you go to the SAP again, that is additional cost to you, and that can be work around here, and you convince him and you give them the project, sorry, you give them the product, they will be happy. It is not about the customization. So customization anytime we can do. What we have to convince him in a real standard SAP procedure only, we have to convince them saying that okay, that particular requirement, whatever you have, that can be implemented in this way. And ABAP, taking the ABAP, developing some customized code and mapping to that process, that is anytime we can do. That is not the work of consultant. Consultant work is to make the customer to use these whatever the standard process SAP. So finally, if it is not happening in SAP, that is different. We can sit with the ABAP technical guys and some other guys, workflow guys or basis guys, security guys, whatever. So that those things can be done anytime. But this mapping the business process to the existing process in SAP, that is the task of the consultant. This customization and all anytime you can do, right? Okay, final. The definition of organization fundamental step in a project. Okay, you should not use more and see, as long as you are keeping if it is requirement, that is different. If you have some workaround still saying that okay, either there would be a situation saying that either you can use segment or business area. In that time, you can choose for one and you can go, and it is not necessary to maintain the organization area and segment also. Where we do that, sorry, business area and segment, that you will come to know once you start working on SAP by day to day reading these all the architecture whatever given in that note, no, as and when you go and read, you will give it will give you understanding how I can use this, where I can use this, what is the business scenario, and where I can implement those things. You will have that glance once start you working on the project and terminologies and all. Okay, only use new organization units if this is required by the existing data structure. This is for the rollout project, or I can say expansion projects. See, you have a one company code in Karnataka or Andhra Pradesh. You want to extend some other company code registered, even though it is not necessary, because all over India with the same company name you can do. But still, you want some other company name for the particularly for Karnataka. In that case, it is not necessary to start again from the scratch. What Chanu started, no, that copying company code or extending it. Those things can be done. Again, this is real time. The way of working, you will know. It's not a big task. By understanding the business process and all, you will come to know. Once you have decided on an organization structure, it is not easy to change it. As he mentioned earlier, if you do something, even though in that request also, if you do some small, what is that, naming, spelling mistakes and all, it will not lead any, configuration issue. It will make, you will not know later on, you cannot trace back to the real cause, and by looking into that request and all, that is how they will go to where, what is defined, when it is defined, who has defined. So it is always best to have the good practice, naming convention. First, get the naming conventions. What is the way of work in the project and how to document it and where to create it, who is responsible, authorized, and yeah, these things can be done. So this is what I didn't explain anything apart from this. Everything you have it in the structure only. It is only the matter of time. You go through it and you will understand. The same thing applies to the all others also. If you see, if you don't know why I am doing this, defining this company, just you click here, sit back and go through it. You will understand what I am doing. As of now, I suggest just you go keep on doing whatever you are doing as mechanically. Defining the company, credit control area. Once you start working in SAP, you will understand working or no, there the questions will come. Now you don't, I mean, I preferably personally I don't suggest going through this as of now. Just you first you feel the SAP screen, where to execute, what to copy, what not to copy, what to do. Just you blindly do for 1 month, I mean at least 20-25 days, then you again you go back and sit and read it, and that will give you better understanding. Yeah, unless you do this SAP practice, you go here, no, it will lead to some confusion as per my personal experience. If you guys are very smart and you can understand everything in a single snap reading, that is up to you, and good luck to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Prashant. Thank you, Prashant.